Welcome to Human Design Powered Business. I'm Victoria Gibson, and every week I am sharing how you can harness your human design to unlock more flow, leverage, and opportunity within your business. So let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to this special series on your 6 cash flow keys. These 6 keys make up your profit code blueprint, which is powered by your human design. And these cash flow keys are the simplest way for you to understand how to reach your highest potential, how to activate your hidden profit opportunities within your business, and show up and serve the best people that you love doing the work that you are designed to do so it feels effortless, fun, and fulfilling. Now, I know that sounds like a bit trite and easy to do. It's not like a click your fingers, make it happen thing, but what it can be, if you allow it to be, is a lot more easy. A lot easier than forcing yourself into other ways of being. You see, when I started my business back in 2010, I jumped out of corporate management and I was all gung-ho, like I am going to have my own business. Now, for a moment, I thought maybe I was going to open a shop because I'd worked in corporate and I didn't have any entrepreneurial know-how or wisdom. I had just, gone to university, worked my way up the corporate ladder, had a couple of kids, all of that stuff, right? I knew I always had ideas. I knew I can make things happen, but I definitely didn't have any of that entrepreneurial experience. So when I came across the online business world and the world of coaching, and that was really through Marie Forleo at first, way back then, and I started to go, I want to do what she's doing. Well, in many ways, that was an amazing opportunity to be inspired by what she was doing. We're all going to be inspired and look to model people, but here's where we have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. We don't want to model people's strategies and way of being and messages and offers in a carbon copy fashion. Because what I didn't know then, and what I only have just uncovered in the last couple of years, is that Marie is a manifesting generator and I'm a manifester in human design. So that alone makes our energy work in very different ways. It can seem very much the same. And manifesting generators are the ones that I most easily get drawn into wanting to model or get inspired by or be in their containers. I find them fun, I find them interesting and inspiring, and I just kind of want to be part of it. But I'm missing that key part, that is, I do not have sacral energy. I do not have sustainable energy. I might have it when I'm in their presence, depending on who that mentor is. So that also means trying to keep up with the manifesting generator can really, really drain me. So yes, you're probably familiar with those kind of terms and talking about type in human design, but really that's such a surface level concept, particularly when it comes to making the right decisions in business. Yes, that can serve you in understanding your energy type. That's kind of the base level. But what I want to get away from is having to understand all the nuance and lingo and jargon of human design. Even if you have learnt it, even if you have gone deep and you're across it, what I want to invite you to understand is that there is a simpler way to see how the wisdom within human design can be activated in business to unleash more profit, more potential, and more peace and satisfaction in your business. And the starting point for that really is your 6 cash flow keys. Now, these all come together to make up your profit code blueprint. So what is that? Well, this is like your hidden profit potential that is encoded within. So this comes from how you're wired as shown in your human design. But instead of having to wade through all the complexity of decoding your human design yourself, what I've done is translated and synthesize your custom cash flow keys into one written blueprint. So you can download, print it out, apply in your business with instantly actionable insights for amazing opportunity, for peaceful alignment, so that you can breathe again in business, so that you see the next moves, so that you know instantly how you are to be calibrating your offers, your message, and your energy in business, okay? This really gives you that guiding pathway forward, because at every stage you can be asking yourself, is this in alignment with my cash flow keys? Because the first one you want to start with is your calling key. Your calling key really is your brand essence. It's how people experience you. It's how people read your energy. It's how people are magnetically drawn to you. Years ago, I remember reading Seth Godin's book, Tribes. And he was like, are you just relentlessly passionate about one core thing and it never drains you? You always want to share it and you could talk about it endlessly. You could lead a group of people as you like. Then that is your key to ongoing success. But what was missing there is, yes, there are some things, but how do I know that's the right thing for me and that's really me and not because of how I'm brought up or I'm in my culture, or what's really coming from within me? And human design is a great calibrator for that. And uncovering your calling key is the best determinant to find that out and just check in with that. It's going to resonate on some level, but sometimes we're so out of whack that we've kind of lost touch with what it is because we've been trying to fit in with what we think our definition of success should be, not how we're hardwired for success. So take, for example, my calling key. It's simplicity. This is about gate 23, the gate in traditional human design called the gate of assimilation, and the calling key is just simplicity. What energy you need to embrace and share as your personal brand essence, so that you can differentiate yourself from all the noise out there, so that you can increase the way that you resonate with the right kind of people and you can bring them to you without all this effort, force, and modeling and trying to be exactly like other people. Like I said, me always trying to model the Manny Jens. My distinction is in my manifestor nature in many ways, but in a bigger way. So it's easy to get caught in that type thing, right? Like I said, but in a bigger way, it's actually about these keys. The calling key is more than half of my energy and impact. And for me, that is about simplicity. Now, there's going to be higher frequencies and lower frequencies of this within our energy. So the higher frequency for me is going to be simplicity, and even higher than that is distilling right down to the essential elements. But then the lower expression can be about confusion and creating confusion. So when we understand what our calling key is and we can lean into a higher frequency, that we can calibrate our business on that higher frequency, everything else just starts to make sense in our business. It allows us to align our messaging, our offers, and how we're showing up to this calling key. It flavors everything that we want to do in business, even when we're thinking, do I change the price of this offer? Do I create this new offer? Do I show up on this channel? Do I include some platform or some extra feature in an offer or in my client delivery? All of those things can be guided by your calling key. But the best way to start to use it, first of all, is to understand how you want to be showing up and how you want your business to be showing up, how you want to make others feel, how you want to express your value and communicate with the right people to call them in and get paid for your purpose so that you can reach your highest potential. This calling key is going to outline how you can start to welcome in more profit and potential, peace, and purpose. So your calling key is really your first step into that. And not only do we look at within human design just that calling key, that theme and that essence, we also look at how that can be embodied in another nuance of your gate in human design, and that's your line. So your line will give you more of a role or a theme and I outline that for you in your profit code blueprint. So in that blueprint, you're going to have your calling key described. Now, it's going to be one of 64. Okay. So it gives us a lot more flavor and guidance and opportunity for calibration, which is what I loved. Before I really dove deep into human design, I was creating a body of work out of the brand archetypes. Now, there's 12 of those, right? A little bit like astrology, but 12 is still quite limited. So what you'd have to do is sort of layer your top brand archetype with your
influencing archetype. So I was taking someone else's body of work, but it still just didn't quite feel right to me because it didn't feel quite as simplified as I wanted it to. Even though I still love the work and I believe in it, I just think human design is so much more bang on with accuracy about who you are and who you're here to be, the challenges that you'll meet, the ones that you need to overcome to really live out your high purpose. But more importantly, in the first instance, stop chasing profits over purpose. We want to bring purpose in and align to that so the profits will just come. And we're not forcing profits. We're not forcing ourselves to be someone that we're not. We got an instant guide to how we should be showing up, how we should be expressing ourselves in business, the value that we're here to provide others with, and what that looks like, the theme of that. And this is your first stop to do that with your calling key. So I invite you to go and download your profit code blueprint. In it, you'll get a custom report. You'll probably want to, once you've downloaded it, print it out and have it near you all the time, because it's really going to shape and guide how you can perhaps pivot right now if you want to be pivoting, if you're finding yourself drained in business, if the clients that you're attracting are not the clients that are lighting you up, or the message or the work that you're doing is not the work that makes you happy, and that you know you're here for something different. Now, it's totally okay to evolve, right? Like, we can start doing something that works, gets things moving, but then understand that we've evolved and we want to take our business to that next level. Human design's amazing for that. And I invite you to start there. So when you put in your birth details, then you can download your 40+ page report that is going to detail your 6 cash flow keys, which are a map to your sometimes hidden profit potential within your design, and how you can immediately and practically apply that in business. I mentioned before, I'm a manifester. I'm a willpower authority manifester with a channel of money activated. So I'm here to guide others and help them create material wealth and abundance. That's a big part of my design. It's not my calling key. My calling key is simplicity. So I've been able to take the human design system and translate and synthesize it into these clear 6 cash flow keys as your first starting point. And when you even uncover the insight and opportunity within that, you're going to want to go deeper and really embrace the 6 essential elements of human design powered business so that you can create your solution. Because there is a lot of nuance and opportunity and impacts and influences within your individual design. Find the bits that really work for business that you can apply immediately to start differentiating yourself, to start unlocking more cash flow and profit and ease and purpose and potential within your business. So go ahead and have a look at the profit code blueprint, your first cash flow key, which is your calling key. Now, in your calling key, this really is about how you're going to be showing up in expressing the energy of who you are in business through your offers, through your messaging, through your content, and through your touch points across all of those elements, whether that be social media, whether it be in person, whether it be your relationships. All of those things are going to be influenced by your calling key, because it's the biggest part of who you are and how people sense you. Okay, so that's what we're taking you through in this report. And when you go to that page in your report, you're going to see that there's one key. It's 1 or 2 words generally, and it's the brand essence, your personal brand essence, or the essence of your business, how you show up, the value you provide, and the experience that your audience is going to be magnetized to, that's going to help you just draw people right on in. You're going to see some ways to apply this, whether that be understanding more about the theme and what that represents, and then also how you can activate the potential of that theme for more effortless success in your business. So take a look through, then you'll see after that, those first few pages, there's another page, and that's about the role and the theme of your calling key, how you show up with that calling key. It influences a lot of the nuance of this key. So there are 64 keys that could be your calling key. So there's already quite a bit of diversity within that. And then we layer on another one of 6 possible themes from the lines in human design. Your activation will be there. You can go to your life chart at the beginning of the blueprint if you want to see what those keys are for you. I haven't put those in the description because I just believe it creates like a lot of confusion. I'm not here to teach you human design. If you want to learn it, great, we can talk about it. But what I want to do is distill and translate and synthesize human design in a practical, solutions-based way for you to get better results in your business. I've been helping 6 and 7 figure business owners for many years, since 2010. Since I jumped out of corporate in 2010, I came into online business world. I joined Marie Forleo's mastermind in 2011. I learned Facebook ads that year. I worked with some of the industry's biggest names and even created courses within their courses, or was featured on certain podcasts and taught my own courses and masterminds, all of that stuff over several years. But what I was always missing was understanding my unique energy and what made me different. And it was just plagued me for years. I could never really work out what made me different, even though many of my clients would be telling me and making it very clear. And if I looked back at what worked in my business and what didn't, I could see if I had actually been able to dispassionately look at it and not feel the stress of feeling rejected or projected upon. So those elements, without the awareness of human design, didn't give me the clarity, knowledge, and calibration that I needed to move through the levels of success and evolution in my business. Particularly as a manifestor, I like changing things up. So that would create confusion in itself. And my calling key is simplicity, but the shadow of that can also be confusion. I love living myself a little bit of confusion, but with knowledge of my business success codes within my human design, those 6 essential elements of a human design powered business that lead me to my solution, I now have a new understanding of how to more effortlessly bring about my success, my purpose, and reach my highest potential with less resistance, with less roadblocks. They're not going to go away completely. Of course, I'm a human being. Of course, I want to go to my mind all the time. I want to make decisions from there. I want to figure everything out. I've got the 2343, so I want to know, and I think I know, and that's my trap. So there's also that work and the personal development work that comes into this, so that we can move out of that shadow expression of our calling key and move in to more of our genius and move in to the gift and the real value that we're here to share and express, so that we can generate true prosperity and not just be focused on the profit that we want to generate. This is more about transformation than transaction, and human design helps us unlock that. So I'm so glad you're here on this journey. And if you've got any questions, stop by on Instagram. Please ask me. And I can't wait to share more with you next time. Thanks for joining me on this episode. If you want to dive deeper and get the practical path to leverage your human design and turn energy blocks into business breakthroughs, then you're going to want to see my latest class. Make sure you head to victoriagibson.com and click on the Watch the Class tab, and you can uncover more about what is encoded within your energetic blueprint and how you can harness it for unlimited success and to step into your true potential. I cannot wait to see you over there.